everything's set up correctly. I don't know because it's been forever since I've been live on YouTube. Other than my friends' accounts, I've been hanging out with my friends on their live chats, so I haven't really did a live here. So we're gonna do a little quick coffee chat. Even though I'm drinking some water, 'cause I'm kind of thirsty. But I do want to give my thoughts on the whole Nightmares Revealed for Knott's Berry Farm. I know I did go, I did make some videos, but I haven't really give my full thoughts on everything. And everybody keeps asking me, what was my overall take on the event? What did I think about it? Like, what was everything that happened? It was hot. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I know people are complaining that it's really hot out there right now, but of course it's hot. It's not fucking Halloween season. Halloween season will start in October, so it's gonna be hot as shit. Right now we're in summer. We're celebrating Halloween in summer, so that's the first take. So Nightmares Revealed was very hot. It was. There's no other way of saying how hot it was. It's like right now it's kind of warm outside, but yeah, here I am drinking hot coffee. So the event was cool. I got there early. I did go to Knott's Berry Farm. If you're a pass holder, then a smart thing to do is grab lunch and then go and wait in line for Nightmares Revealed, which we went around 5 o'clock. People were already lining up. Now I didn't think a lot of people were gonna be lining up, but no, the line was pretty long. It wasn't as long as last year, where we got our spot. It was in the sun, of course. There's no shade where we were. Victor's cracking. You're right in the Calico Candy mine on Roblox. Nice, sir. Nice. I'll probably be doing Roblox maybe later on tonight. A friend of mine might have some cool horror games going on for Roblox, so I'll hopefully be jumping on that. Now, just drinking from Christmas. I am. It's summer, and I'm drinking. I'm drinking coffee in a Christmas mug. I don't really have any mugs. My coffee mugs all got stolen. So, Felipe, what's cracking? So I figured I'd talk. Everyone keeps asking me about what was my food thoughts on Nightmares Revealed. So I'm going to be going off of what my experience was. A lot of my boys are there. I got to hang out with the boys. The boys are there. We did have a new addition. We had Katie from Two Adventures. She hung out with us. So the day was we stood in line. It was in the sun. It was hot. It was really hot. And now I didn't drink too much water because I knew if I drank a lot of water, I've been waiting to pee in line because the event didn't start until 7. So you line up around 5 o'clock because everybody's already lining up. So you're pretty much standing in line for almost 2 hours just to get inside. You see that the usual suspects, content creators, your friends. It's funny to see a lot of big channels who didn't get invited to media. Like me, I didn't get invited to media. I'm not part of that clique. Actually, I was told I'm a wild card. And that's what happens when you're too honest. When you're too honest at an event, you don't get invited. If they don't bring back candy, see, we won't know until we won't Helena noob. We won't know into September 2nd. September 2nd is when Knott's will start getting all their stuff going for Halloween. Like they'll put like little bits and pieces here and there, but September 2nd is when Knott's will start decorating, which is kind of weird because everybody already has their stuff out. You got Disney, you got Universal, you have Six Flags already with their stuff as well. Thanks for the likes, guys. I appreciate it. And so it's kind of weird to see that Knott's is slacking on that department. There's a few things out. Yeah, like you have like the Crypt is out right now, so it's going to be very, very interesting to see what is going to be happening as well. So when we get in, now what I don't like about Nightmares Revealed, it's only a 3-hour event. So you have 3 hours to play with stuff, 3 hours to go through things. And the skeleton's always first. Yes, I haven't seen nothing yet. Only the Crypt. The Crypt is up because the Crypt was there for media. So they didn't board it back up. It's out in the open. So you can go use your lantern and you can go and see. I think it's La Llorona. I think it is who's there. But it works with your lantern. Videos look at. You know what? They're bringing back a lot of animals again. If you guys remember, what was it, 2 years ago? 2 years ago, 3 years ago, Knott's had that rabbit stew or the rabbit salad. They had the camel stew. They had the turtle pizza. They had the alligator hot dog. And there's one more. It was like 5 foods that they had. So this year, it looks like they're bringing back the same thing. They're bringing back like the bison burger. They have the frog legs. And they have the alligator sausage dog again. I'm not too keen on eating stuff like that. So, like that turtle pizza tastes like it tasted nasty. The rabbit salad tasted nasty. The camel soup kind of tastes like that couple soup that I forget what it's called. The beef soup you get in the can. That's what it kind of tastes like. It's gonna remind me of bison, alligator, cow, frog, cow. What? There's cow. What was the cow one? See, I didn't see a lot of that. Like I saw like a lot of my friends they try some stuff and they didn't like it. So I'm not gonna be experimental. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, I need to go try. Like I did last time with the average dad when we hung out at Scary Farm. I went with him to go try the rabbit salad, which I didn't like. It tasted gamey. It tasted weird. And then we tried the camel soup and that bread bowl was decent. Like I said, it tasted like that beef soup that football players used to like promote and stuff during football games. It tasted like that. And then the turtle pizza, no, it just tasted nasty. The alligator hot dog, it tasted like rough, and that also tasted nasty. So I'm not gonna be experimental. And the frog legs, I'm not gonna be experimental. I'm just gonna go with what I like, what looks interesting. Now there are some vegan desserts, which is kind of cool because they didn't really have vegan stuff last year. So this year they do have like a vegan cheesecake. There's some vegan ice cream or Cool Whip, whatever else. So I guess people who have like dietaries, whatever else issues, that's not going to be so hard on them. Now this is also very interesting. This is very funny. Back in 2020, before lockdown, Scary Farm had the black bats that they have, the bats. And they use black dye. So if you guys go and get those bats, it's pretty much barbecue chicken, but they use black dye. So I don't recommend it because it's going to be very messy. It leaves your hand stained. If you spill it in your clothes, you're fucked because you have black dye. And you're putting black dye in your system. So I don't really recommend eating the black wings that they have there. Do they taste good? Just like barbecue chicken. It's barbecue chicken just with black dye. But I don't recommend anything with any type of dye. And like I said, your hands and your mouth and your teeth get stained for a long periods of time. And the event's like 5 hours at Scary Farm. So you're going to be walking around with like colored teeth, your hands colored. And if you spill it in your shirt's going to have black stains. And it's black dye. You're putting black dye in your system. So that I'm going to pass. But what I was getting to is Knott's had that back in 2020. So they had the black wings. And then you remember COVID hit. And when COVID hit, they blamed it on what COVID came from a bat. So it's kind of funny and ironic, Knott's had it for Scary Farm, and then a month later, everybody blamed the bat for COVID, and Knott's served bat, supposedly, but it's not a bat, it's just chicken wings. Baja Taqueria will have beef. Ooh. Okay, so that's a possibility. So it's a possibility that Candy Mountain is coming. See, they don't really announce it because it's not really anything they do for it. There's no monsters in there. Back in the day, there used to be monsters on that train, which made it more exciting. The mine ride was actually fun back then because you had all these monsters scare jumping, and it was really cool. On a serious note, you wanted to try the pumpkin chorizo pizza. Yeah, see, I don't know about that. See, pumpkin on pizza, I don't like to be experimental. Like I'm not one to go out and experiment. I know every year people always donate food or money for food to me to go try certain things. Like last year, people bought me a bunch of stuff. So they, you can go try this, you can go try that. That's why in my vlogs on YouTube, I was going out and trying different food stuff because everybody kept donating to go try this, go try that. Or they buy my coffee, go try this certain pumpkin latte or whatever else. So that's why, that's why I was doing a lot of food stuff because everybody kept like donating. When you go to Disney, buy this. When you go to Universal, buy this. When you go to Scary Farm, buy this. Because I wouldn't buy it myself. But when everybody starts buying it for me, then I'll go do it for you guys so you guys can see and maybe you guys like it or you don't like it. Beef tongue tacos. Oh, is that what gonna be at the Baja Taqueria? Interesting. Okay. That I didn't know that. So I haven't really dived in too much into the food. I did see a lot of my friends' videos, and they didn't really try so much. Like the desserts look good. Now, for Nightmares Revealed, I did see the fried Twinkies with ice cream. We were gonna try it, but it was just too hot, and I was thirsty. I was so thirsty. You have no idea because, like I said, it was really hot for Numbers Revealed. You're bunched up in this big giant crowd, and let me get back to Numbers Revealed. So, as they let us in, they put us in this one section. First, we're by the little flame over by Ghost Rider, the little spot where everybody goes and hangs out, and that little fire pit. So we were there. We're in the sun. So it's hot. So they start moving us in around 6:30. So we start walking in, and then they stage us in a little core section where right before you hit Waxworks, but you're by Ghost Rider, and there's no wind at all, no air flowing, no nothing. You have hundreds of people bumped up next to you, and it's hot. It's yes, you're in the shade, but there's no circulation. So you're trying to keep your mind going, and it's hot. And like I said, I didn't drink nothing because I didn't want to I know that the procedure. I know you can't use the restroom, so you're pretty much if I'd have drank, I'd have to use the restroom. Then I'd be doing the bathroom dance. So I didn't drink anything because I knew for that reason. And so then they escort us to the other section, the one Ginger Lane, I'm gonna call it because that's what they know for Mary Farm. The one section where they always have it at with the gates blocked off. So then they stage us there for another half hour. And so once again, the air circulation is well, it's crowded. You see all the hungry assholes, influencers out there pushing their way, trying to get into the front. I mean, there's a lot of people out there trying to push their way to the front. It's not, I'm not joking when I say assholes, because only an asshole does that. If you're all the way in the back, and if you want a front spot, get your ass there early, like everybody else did. Don't come here and burge your way all the way to the front. I've seen people get mad. I've seen this one special needs girl start crying because this one popular Disney influencer pushed their way out to the front, and the person didn't like to be touched, and they started crying. They threw a big fit. It's just kind of like, bruh, it's like, why? Just, if you're in the back, stay in the fucking back. If you want the front, then be there early like everybody else. But no. But I'm not lying. People, all the typical creators forcing their way to the front. And so we're stuck in there for another half hour. And then that's when, of course, the conductor comes out, which is a different conductor. It's not the same conductor who you see when you go to the next section. That conductor, I believe, was Sergeant Hansen from Ghost Town Live, because he looked exactly like him, and I did see Sergeant Hansen earlier that day. And then they let you go, and then they block you off, and they make you go to Ghost Town. You're walking to Ghost Town, and then you see, once again, these content creators who want that front spot, who weren't there early. You can see them just running. Everyone's running, cutting to the planners, and cutting people off. And I think I filmed. Did I film any of it? I think I filmed some. Watch my vlog. You see people running. It's just kind of ridiculous. It's just dude, just be patient. Walk like everybody else. And then they stop us by the train. And that's when they have the whole show with the hanging, which is kind of cool. But you got to remember, it's a 3-hour event. So as the thing starts, now you're stuck here for 20 minutes watching this the show. You're watching this hanging show, which is pretty good. You see the gunman was actually Bixby from Ghost Town Live. And then Sarah Marshall comes out. She does her spiel, and then all the monsters are on the other side. Now the conductor is Mr. Watts from Ghost Town Live, and he's a different conductor from the one that we saw in the beginning. So he's over by the train section. So I'm pretty sure you guys probably seen tons of videos. And thanks for likes, I appreciate it. And then they open the gates, the monsters come out. Now the monsters seem less than last year. Last year's, I could have sworn there are more monsters out. This seemed less. So they open the gates, you walk through, everybody runs to the stage. People are bumping into me. I'm trying to record. I was live streaming. So you see my live stream keeps turning like this because people are bumping in, literally, because everybody wants to run to the front of the stage. Me, I'm just walking. And I was making sure my friend Katie didn't get run over because she was behind me too, because she didn't experience that close up. She said, because she always got media, and this year she didn't get media. And there's a lot of people who went, didn't get media. It's kind of funny. So she never experienced that because there's always a separate line for media. This year, there was no separate line for media. Everybody was pretty much all in one section. And so then they go into, they press by the stage. And now we're at the stage. And they have all these advertisements going on the two screens. And then the show doesn't start for another 30 minutes. Literally, the show doesn't start till 7:20 or 7:30. And you're like, oh my God, it's so hot in here. Sorry to hear that, sir. Um, and so then they put us into this one stage, right? They put us one stage, and you're there waiting for the show to start. And I'm live on TikTok, so this is during the time where I'm live. People are chanting, yada yada, and then the show starts. Now, one thing that I think that Knott's should have did this year for Nightmares Revealed is they should have started off with the new mazes. Don't give us anything of the old. Don't give us no old shows. Like, we don't need that shit. Like, if you're not gonna announce nothing new, thanks for the likes. I appreciate it. If you're not gonna announce nothing new, then don't give us old shit. Like, you spend all this time talking about old stuff. Like, okay, we don't need to know what's coming back. We need to know what's coming in. And they talk about the lanterns. The lanterns have like 200 interactions there on the park, and you can change the big K on top. But that was it. They didn't really they didn't elaborate what else, what's going on, what locations. They didn't tell you where, when, what. So, and then they start, of course, they brought in the Boulay brothers, which Knott's went kind of woke this year. So they brought them in. They're very expensive too, the talent. So people didn't really care for him too much. But a lot of people were like, oh my God. I mean, you keep hearing woke in the background. Everybody was screaming woke, woke. Knott's is going woke, go broke. That's what I kept saying. And so, and then they finally get to the new mazes. They announced, of course. Now, they announced the zoo first, I think it was. And for some reason, it seemed last minute. It didn't seem like it was planned. Like, the zoo maze didn't seem like it was a maze that was supposed to be there. It seemed like it was a maze that came in last minute, and they had to do something for it. Because if you look at the video for Bloody Mary, and you look at the video for the zoo looked more like B-roll. It was like literally B-roll clips of different things, and they didn't really explain nothing. They showed like a little portion of the maze, and they didn't show nothing. They showed an AI animated monster come out of the dark, which is kind of like, okay. And then after that, they didn't talk about it, other than the fact that it's lights out from 11 p.m. to closing, which is kind of cool. They give you like a really dim flashlight that you get to use, which again is kind of cool. But you're pretty much in a maze with furries. You have people turned into animals, like the what Island of Dr. Moreau. That's what it seemed like. Like nothing creative, nothing cool about it, but it seemed like it was a last minute thing. Like they had something else planned for that location, and at last minute they said we gotta scrape it because the merch for the zoo looks really plain. There's nothing exciting about it. I just like it looks boring. It looks plain. The characters for the photo op for the zoo look like the presidents from Point Break, that movie. It didn't look anything exciting. Once again, they didn't talk about the maze. The costumes that you got to go see in the room look boring, look plain. Once again, it looked like it was last minute. Like they had this last minute thing that they changed it. Like whatever was supposed to be there, they had to pull it out and they put the zoo in there right away because of the fact whatever they had bailed or didn't work out or whatever else, because the costumes look generic, the masks for the characters look boring and generic, and the commercial for the zoo looked generic. It's like literally a B-roll generic commercial. It wasn't anything exciting. And then people didn't really cheer. And then Jeff Tucker had to like pipe it up. So it's really scary. Actually, it really is. It's like if you have to say that, that's because you know the audience isn't liking what you just showed them. And you can tell if you watch the video reactions, the cheers are there, but they're not there. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. But when Bloody Mary came out, Bloody Mary had this whole scene and like whole thing through it, a storyline. It looked really good, and it looks really scary because everybody knows the legend of Bloody Mary, and the cheers were different. Like everybody was hyped up, pumped up. It looks really scary. But the zoo didn't have too much potential, and Jeff Tucker, he noticed that right away, and that's why he made that comment that this maze is actually really scary. And people started laughing. If you listen to the reactions, people actually laughed because it's like nobody thought that was actually really a serious maze. So HHN makes scary for yes, no, they ain't wrong. They ain't wrong. HHN this year, they did it right. I mean, they have Five Nights at Freddy. They're saying Five Nights at Freddy is going to have a long wait time, at least 100 minutes. You have Terrifier, you're guaranteed to get wet with blood. Yeah, Poltergeist, you have Friday the 13th. I mean, And Scarecrow, yeah, but the other mazes, I mean, HHN is bringing it, and Scare Farm, they brought nothing new other than the two mazes. That's it. There's no new shows. They said that the Barbarian, or I'm gonna call them the Barbarian Brothers. They said the Barbarian Brothers were supposed to have like a meet and greet, not a show, on select days. So on select days, you get to come and see the Barbarian Brothers, and I guess it's a greet and meet or a meet and greet. I don't know what it is, but they didn't give out what dates, what times. They never said any of that. They just said that on select days you get to come and meet the Barbarian Brothers. That's it. So there's no show in the theater. They didn't say whether the candy mine ride is going to come back, which I'm pretty sure it probably is. But there's nothing else new. There's like all the stuff was the same. It's kind of like a copy and paste of last year. Just take out the Elvira Museum and nothing in that theater. Like they should have brought something. That they have a theater there they need to utilize. And like in the summer they brought the magician. Like at least bring that motherfucker back. They could have brought the magician back. Like literally, he could have came back and gave us a show. Whether it be like a horror theme, something, but they could have brought that guy back at least. Don't give us nothing. Don't utilize a theater. Have a theater there and not use it. Use that. And then, like I said, the Barbarian Brothers, I don't know whether they're going to have their own thing, but they're not having a show. So there's no show for them. It's just a meet and greet, I guess, or something, but on select days. They didn't say what days. So if you want to meet the Barbarian Brothers, you can go in and meet them, whatever else. So, and then that was pretty much it. So once the thing ended, it ended close to like 8 o'clock. So now you only have 2 hours to go out and do stuff. So we went to Grimoire, and Grimoire was a 45-minute wait time. So we didn't get a chance to go. We didn't go on it right away because the line was long. The line was like past like Pony Express. So we figured, well, let's go do some other stuff, get some footage in the fog. Let's go try alcohol beverage, and walk around for a little bit. Let's go see the photo ops because there's like 3 photo ops or 4 photo ops. There's one with the the conductor. There's one with Stabby. There's one with the zoo. And there's one more. Oh, the one with the Bloody Mary one. Excuse me. It'll be flashlights for the zoo. Yeah, but the flashlights are supposed to be much dimmer, and it's just like I said. I don't see high hopes for the zoo. I think the zoo is going to be another Dark Entities, and nobody went on Dark Entities. Entities was always empty. If you want to go on an empty maze, and you want to go at least go do something and not have to worry about a line, then you go on Dark Entities. And I think that's what the zoo is going to be like. But I think when they transition for it to be dark with the flashlights, I think that's when the maze is going to be popular, and a lot of people are going to go and jump on it and do it. So I'm looking forward to Lights Out. Now, on day 1, I'm probably going to hit the mazes. I definitely will hit everything. I definitely will be recording everything. So, and that's another thing, too, is are they going to allow recording? Because Universal Studios in Florida, there's no recording in mazes. Universal Studios in Vegas, there's no recording in mazes. So I wonder if Universal Studios Hollywood is going to do the same and no recording in mazes. So it's going to be very interesting if that happens at Not Scary Farm. Now, 4 years ago, actually before our lockdown, there's no filming in mazes at Not Scary Farm. I never going there and recording, and you weren't allowed to. So I wonder if they're going to enforce the whole no filming this year, because I can see them doing it because people are getting out of control. Too many streamers, too many jackasses out there, people being stupid like on camera, doing challenges like the flashlights. Sounds like a good idea. It sounds really cool. But how long is that going to last before somebody ruins it? How long is it going to last before some jackass goes there and starts recording and doing stupid things with the flashlight? So that's the one of the things, key points, that we live in a day and age where people do reactions on camera, and they try to get reactions by doing stupid shit, by doing stupid stunts, which ruins it for everybody else. As it is right now, you can't film any longer on the Mickey Mini Railroad ride over at Disneyland. You're not allowed to. It's a hands-free policy. You can't record, you can't live stream, and so Disney is already starting on that ride. And sometimes, if you catch a certain time, Space Mountain is also hands-free. You're no longer allowed to film on Space Mountain. Now, you know the Gadget Coaster in Toontown, you're not allowed to film on the Gadget Coaster either. So that's 3 rides at Disneyland that they're really getting strict on. And Mickey Mini Railroad, that's one of the really big stricts because everybody goes live there. And one of the reasons people always live stream at Disneyland is because you can live stream on every single ride. You don't see streamers at Knott's. It's rare you see streamers at Universal Studios. You don't see any streamers at Six Flags. You can't film on rides at Six Flags. You can't film on rides at Knott's. Universal Studios is getting strict too. You can't film on Transformers, The Mummy, both Harry Potter rides, and also Super Mario Brothers now. So there's 5 rides at Universal Studios that you're not allowed to film on. We're not on rides since right. I thought the same thing. And I thought at first it was like a troll post that whoever posted that had to be fake. But a lot of streamers at Disneyland went to go test that theory, and on live stream they actually tell them you have to turn your camera off or put your camera away. There's no live streaming. So it is a hands-off ride. And friends of mine who went also last week during the whole Halloween event, they were also told no cameras in hands. You got to put your cameras away. So they had to put the cameras away on the whole Mickey Mini Railroad ride. So they are being strict. So whatever happened, whoever lost their camera, whoever fucked it up for everybody else, I don't know. I didn't hear anything about it. So I have to talk to a cast member who actually works on the ride. Actually, I do know somebody. So I'm going to ask him why that policy went into effect. So there had to be a reason. Something must have happened. And so that goes back to the zoo at Knott's Scary Farm. It's going to be flashlights only. How long is the flashlights going to last before they say, okay, you know what, no more lights out? People are being dangerous. People are being stupid. Now, when they have the guns for Bloodlines, the reason why they got rid of the guns is because people were smacking the monsters with the guns. People were smacking each other with the guns. Fights were breaking out. People were breaking the guns. People were keeping the guns. So that's one of the reasons why the guns went, because it got too dangerous. So with flashlights, it's only a matter of time in a day and age that we live in nowadays where people do stupid jackass challenges online to get reactions and they go viral before they do something stupid and they get rid of the flashlights. I think probably too many things fell out on the right. I think so too. I think that's probably what happened. But I know somebody who works there, so I'm going to ask him if I see him this weekend. Because I see him on Ghost Town Live a lot. He works there on Mickey Mini Railroads, and his wife works at the Jungle Cruise. So I'm going to ask him what happened. Because when I posted that, people thought I was lying and trolling. But a lot of streamers went to go test the theory. And somebody actually tested it this weekend as well, saying that if that's actually true. And when they're live, they tell them you got to put your camera away. No phones, no cameras. So instead of ending the live, they just walked off the ride. So they didn't want to end their live stream. Now, I do remember, though, that Mickey and Minnie Railroads is Jungle Skipper's favorite ride. That's the ride he goes on every night. He waits to be the last person on the ride. So I don't know how that's going to affect his stream. I don't know if he's been at Disney in a minute. I don't watch him no more. So it's been a while since I watched him. But I do remember that being his favorite ride. And that was always his ride he went on last. And he always went live on that ride. So Disney's finally starting to be strict. And I always tell people always ask, how come you don't go on this ride, that ride? Because you can't. Like, you literally can't. Like, if you don't go to these theme parks that often, then yeah, you could probably get away filming on Silver Bullet and Ghost Rider. But I go there like twice a week. And so they know who I am. So if I start doing that, they came up to me a few times and said, hey, can you not do that? So you gotta, I can't say no. You gotta be theme park etiquette. So you gotta obey the rules. Because it's gonna be a matter of time to say, well, we warned you a bunch of times and you're still doing it. So now they're gonna revoke your pass. Because they can't revoke your pass. There is signs that say no filming or you get kicked out of the park. So I don't want to be a dick. I don't want to burn bridges. There's a lot of people I talk to at Knott's. that are really cool with me. So I gotta play the game. You gotta be theme park etiquette, and I don't want to be rude to a lot of people. A lot of people are really nice to me, so I don't want to be a dick. And but people don't follow the rules, and people are dicks, and so it ruins it for everybody else. So that's why I'm kind of wondering how long that flashlight deal is gonna last in the zoo before someone does something stupid. Now you guys know that little bonfire thing that Knott's Berry Farm has outside, right across from Starbucks. That thing's not on all the time, and the reason is because jackasses went on TikTok and did a challenge: who can run through the fire without any damage. For a Scary Farm for the second week the event bring open. It depends. It actually does. It really depends. Sometimes it can be busy and it might not be busy. It all depends. Like Scary Farm doesn't really offer much this year. They took away Wednesdays too. So this is when you know the budget cuts are coming in for Scary Farm. There are no longer any Wednesdays for a Scary Farm this year. They quietly just took it off. They didn't say, hey, guess what, guys? Wednesdays are gone. No, they quietly just chopped it off without saying nothing. Unless you look at the app, you know it's gone. So budget cuts are coming in quietly. And the union is there now at Knott's Berry Farm. My boy, Adventures with David, posted pictures of Knott's Berry Farm possibly being union. So what's going to happen there? If they go union, that means less hour for peoples. Is there going to be a strike happening? Are they going to go union? But the union was there for Knott's Berry Farm. So there's a lot of things going on for Knott's right now. Do you remember Wednesdays not busy? Yeah, Wednesdays weren't that busy, which was good because I would go on a Wednesday and I would go and do my food reviews. I'll go and try a couple of things, do a food reviews, go on mazes, not worry about jackasses, not worry about people being stupid in line. You get more interaction with a lot of the scare actors. And it's weird too because when it's crowded, there's a lot of people out there who get mad that creators get more attention from scare actors than a non-creator because they know the camera's on, so they know they want that reel. So they do everything that's possible to interact with the camera rather than somebody who doesn't have a camera. That's one of the complaints I got last year and this year as well. So it's kind of an interesting take on people out there. I get it. I know there are a lot of characters who want that attention. And so when they see someone's filming, they give it all rather than someone who's not filming, they don't give it all. I understand. I get it. That it goes both ways. I truly get why people might be upset. There's a nice breeze coming through. It's cloudy outside. It's cloudy outside and there's a nice breeze. So that means when that cloud goes away, the sun's going to come out and it's going to be as hot as fuck. But Wednesdays were good. I like Wednesdays. Like I said, I got to do my food reviews. I got to do certain things. And I have to worry about lines. And I got to record a lot of shorts, a lot of interactions. But Knott's got rid of it. So I don't know why. What's going on? Budget cuts, the union thing. Not the union things in play. I mean, they got to shove out more money for employees. So if they shove out more money for employees, does that mean more cuts are coming? They already have no show in the theater. They don't really have anything new. They have the Barbarian Brothers, but they don't really say when the Barbarian Brothers are coming in or what dates are doing for them. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. Did not cook this year, but they did. See, that's just it. That's one of the things people talked about. Universal Studios has a lot of shit going on. I mean, you're going to get drenched with scented blood, poop, chlorine. Was it chlorine or was it bleach? Poop, bleach, and blood literally thrown at you in Terrifier. So they guarantee you to be Jurassic Park wet. Like literally, you need to come in with one of those like plastic bags over you so you don't get soaked. So it kind of makes me wonder too, like who's gonna take their $2,000 camera inside that maze and record because you don't want to get damaged. So I think I'm gonna be walking around with GoPros. So, and then another thing too about that maze, if you have scented water hitting you, is it gonna make you feel sticky afterwards? Because it's gonna be hot. So imagine walking outside and are you gonna feel like sticky and yucky from scented water, or Is this going to dry off and you're going to be okay? Are you going to be walking around the whole park with wet shoes? And then are you going to smell? It's supposed to be scented water. So are you going to smell like shit the whole night there at the park? Like, I don't know. It's just one of those things that you have to like ask yourself, do I want to go through that maze? Do I want to like smell or be wet or sticky? Or do I wait? Now there is a chicken version for that maze. Which another thing too, because you have to go to that maze twice. So one time to get wet, and then one time to experience the chicken route. So because something's supposed to happen to you when you do the chicken route, you see something. So there's two different routes to do. So that's two different versions of the ride you get to experience, or the maze you get to experience. Is lights out only at 11 p.m. to closing? Yes. From 11 p.m. to close, which is going to be interesting because if the maze sucks and lights out happens at 11, is that when it's going to be packed? Is everyone going to be waiting for lights out? How long of a wait is it going to be? And which we talked about earlier, how long is that going to last for? How long before people fuck it up? People do something stupid. Because everyone's already trying to do that TikTok challenge. I mean, people are doing stupid shit at nuts. And if you do a lights out, how long is that going to last before they say, oh, guess what? No more lights out because we can't have good things here because everybody fucks everything up. And then it's going to be interesting. The flashlights are supposed to be dim lit, kind of like Trick or Treat in a way, but it's not going to have the same immersive, like different lights when you walk into different rooms as Trick or Treat had. It's just going to be a really dim flashlight. And does everybody get one, or does one person in your party get one? So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Lipstick, what's cracking, yo? How you doing today? So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with the Zoo Maze. As it is, I feel the Zoo Maze was a last minute thing. I don't think that was the maze that was originally going to be there. I think they changed it up because when you see Bloody Mary is empty. Like in the front of it, there's nothing in front. The construction outside, but yet the zoo, all this shit is still packed up in front of it. Like they had stuff to put it there, but they didn't want to put it there. So it's kind of like all that shit's still in the front of the Zoo Maze, which makes no sense. Who ordered the zoo? Who ordered the zoo? The same people who ordered Avatar at Disneyland, I guess. I don't know. Like, who ordered Avatar? Who asked for Avatar? That whole Burbank area could have been Monsters Inc. University. That would have been a way better fucking experience. But whoever asked for Avatar for DCA, I have no idea. And I think the people who asked for Avatar are the same people who asked for the zoo at Knott's. Which I'm saying, I think the Knott's Zoo, it's either a really big troll and it's a different maze and they don't want to say anything, but they're trolling everybody. I mean, that'll be like the biggest troll ever. They're saying it's going to be the zoo, but it's a whole completely different maze when the thing opens up. It's not what everyone thinks it's going to be. It's going to be something totally different. That's my guess. I mean, that's a speculation. Because the zoo merch is plain and generic. From the shirt to the hat. Plain and generic. The showcase they have for it, the video for the zoo, is generic. It's literally B-roll. It's like somebody went to a website and captured all these B-rolls and put it into a video, and they gave us an AI version of some monster coming out of the dark. So it looks very last minute. And like I said, it could be a troll. Maybe the maze come Sky Farm is something totally different. And they're trying to blow it off as a zoo. Or maybe something was supposed to be there, really cool, and they lost the budget of it. And they said, oh, we can't afford this now. We need to go to plan B. What's plan B? Let's make it to a zoo with fucking furries in there. And so that's what we get. We get a zoo with furries. And like I said, the photo op for it, the masks, the costumes, everything look cheap. The merch for it looks really cheap and generic and plain. It seems weird and awkward. Compared to Bloody Mary had that really cool trailer in the beginning. It had the storyline. You got you into it. And then you see the zoo. You're like, oh, huh? That makes no sense. The merch for Bloody Mary looks more descriptive and you have a lot for it. And then you see the zoo merch. You're like, oh, that's it. And There's no shirt. Actually, there's a shirt. It's a generic shirt. The hat's generic. That's it. There's only a shirt and a hat for the zoo. Bloody Mary has everything else. They got the mugs, they got the hats, they got the shirts, they got the hoodies. The zoo doesn't have hoodies. So the merch is generic and plain. So it's either last minute or it's the biggest fucking troll ever. And they're gonna bring Arkham Asylum, which it'd be crazy if they did, because that would be like the biggest troll Knott's did to everybody, get everybody excited for something nobody asked for, nobody wanted, and then opening day, it's not the zoo, it's the fucking Arkham Asylum with the Joker and everybody else. That would be crazy. That right there would like throw everybody off. Everybody would be like, oh my god, did you see that? And if you had, it's gonna be one of those, you had to be there moments to experience it. If you weren't there, you missed out on it. Then everybody will want to come in and see what's going on, because they promised a new scare zone, and the new scare zone didn't come. So the scare zone got canceled, the old maze got canceled, and they gave us a zoo. So do you think the merch is AI? Yes. Not all of it. I think a lot of it. The Carnival merch. It just looks generated. It doesn't look. It looks AI. It looks like AI generated. And there's a lot of people. And it's funny because a lot of people that Knott's invited who don't even come to fucking Knott's Berry Farm, they only come for special events. That's it. You don't see them any other day. I've seen a lot of them at Disney for Halloween. I've seen a lot of them at Universal Studios for the new store. And they all said the same thing, that Knott's Scare Farm AI merch is, our merch is AI. All the people they invited are talking shit, saying that the merch is AI. Will they go on camera and say that? No, because they know they did, they won't get invited. So, but it just doesn't look right. It looks a lot like Juice. Wow, you already leaving me? Just like that. In my life, out of my life. Everybody knows why I'm single. Yeah, but that's, I think not all of it is, but a lot of it you can tell that some of the Scare Farm merch looks AI. It just does. It just some of the things don't match. Carnival, there's some things that just look weird. It's kind of like, what? I put a good word to your crush. You don't know who my crush is, bro. It wanted a new scare zone. Yeah, there's no new scare zones. They're supposed to. From what we heard, back in, what was it? Was it Boysenberry Festival? The last festival that was there, I think it was Boysenberry, where we're doing food reviews, and we talked to a lot of Knott's execs, and they came and told us. They told us what maze was coming. It was supposed to be an IP. An IP was coming, and they said a new scare zone was coming, and they said that it was Arkham Asylum. That was coming. The scare zone was supposed to be clowns, Joker, and I don't know what happened. So they lost the rights, and it was a third party. Knott's wasn't allowed to do that maze at the zoo. They weren't allowed to build it. They weren't allowed to touch it. It had to be done by the people at DC, because they wanted to make sure everything was correct. That's what we were told. Now, they wouldn't lie to us about something like that. It's something they're saying that is very strict, hush-hush. But now the maze came out, you can talk about it. Back then, I couldn't talk about it. So it's supposed to be a new scare zone. That little section there. And I'm going to call it Gingerbread Lane, because that's one I know it as. That's supposed to be a scare zone with clowns. So that gets you all excited for Arkham. Arkham's going to be right there where Bloodline is. So I wonder what happened. Because I'm telling you, the zoo maze seems last minute. From the video to the merch, it seems like it was a last minute shit. They had to change everything within 1 month. Or it's going to be the biggest fucking show we ever had. And they're fooling everybody with some shitty zoo maze. And it's going to be actually Arkham. I told you last night? No, I never told you last night I had a crush. I said someone was cute. I didn't say I had a crush on them. I just said they're cute. That's all I said. Are we going to play some gaming juice? When I'm done with this, I'm going to jump on Twitch. I want to come live here on YouTube because I haven't been live in a while. And everyone's been asking me what my thoughts on Nightmares Revealed. Now, for $35, Nightmares Revealed should have been added in another hour. Because you had thousands of people waiting. Maybe, I don't know about thousands. I'll say hundreds. You have hundreds of people waiting who couldn't even see the show. Because they were wrapped around the corner. You have the hanging show first to start off the Nightmares Revealed, and there's people who couldn't even see it because they're still stuck in Ghost Town over by Ghost Rider. Literally in Ghost Rider, as the hanging is going on, people can hear the voices and shots, but they can't see the show. The other, people are watching, people live streaming the hanging, and they paid money for this event, and you can't even see this fucking event. So which kind of sucks. So I think they should. I think they should bring it back to the theater. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, I think 4 years ago they had it in the theater. That's where this whole presentation needs to go in. It's cooler. You get to sit down for 45 minutes, and it holds a lot of people. This guy's trying to go after a coffee. Is there really? You let Willie play because he goes back to jail. Willie? What? Yeah, something must have happened with the license issue. I'm telling you, the zoo maze doesn't make any sense. Like, the costumes don't make any sense at all. They look cheap. And there's a section of Nightmares Revealed where you get to go in this one room and see the costumes for the zoo. And it looks cheap. It looks plain. It doesn't look anything exciting. You're like looking at it, you're like, oh. It's like someone got like a police uniform and dirtied up with blood and dirt. That's it. You're kind of like, oh, that's it. So I didn't say I recorded it, but I didn't post it because it looked cheap. It looked like what do you want me to say? It's just kind of like I can tell you straight out. It looks cheap. It looks like something I can find shit better at Spirit Halloween that was there in that room. So I didn't want to like post that video because it just makes the event look even worse. Everyone wants Origins gone, not Grimoire. The reason why Grimoire is going away is because too many people are breaking things. So it's becoming too expensive for knots. From trees, all those cans they have, people are pulling shit off the shelves. People are taking things. People are breaking way too many stuff in Grimoire. So it's costing knots too much money. So they said, well, just get rid of it. And it's a cool maze. I like Grimoire. It's really cool maze. But if people are, like I said, once again, it goes back to we can't have nice things because people are dickheads and people are breaking shit and doing stuff in these mazes. And Grimoire has too much stuff where you can just grab off the shelves. And people are doing that in that maze, which is being too cost effective for knots. I mean, yeah, think about it. Why are you going to keep something there that's costing you more money to keep there? Because every night you got to go back and fix shit. You got to go fix this. You got to go fix that. People are doing stupid things. So it comes a hassle. The cat, he starts in his cage when I go in the room because he doesn't understand no yet. I don't think cats don't understand no yet. No, cats don't understand any kind of type of rules. You can't train a cat. That's like they have free will for everything. But yeah, that's something that cats will always have. They always be free will, and they do all kinds of stupid shit. But I think that's what happened with Grimoire. And Origins was supposed to go. See, once again, when we talked to his ex, they told us what majors were leaving. They told us Origins was leaving, and Mizra was leaving. And they told us the reason why Origins was leaving, but I can't talk about it. But then they changed it. Once again, last minute. It was last minute changes. Midsummer Scream is when they announced Grimoire's leaving. And then when you talk to the set decorators, they explain why it's too expensive to keep Grimoire because too many dickheads are breaking the set. And it's costing them too much money. What's my thoughts on Room 13? It's decent. It has a little too many Spirit Halloween animatronics in there, but it's decent. It's a cool. It's a fun maze. I mean it's weird because it's in the arcade, so they utilize that space very well. So it's okay. It's pretty cool. I wonder how long it's gonna last. I wonder if they're gonna change it up with something different. But like I said, they utilize that space very well. They don't really have much to work with in the arcade, but what they have to work with, they did a pretty good job. So they can't ever let us have fun stuff. They can't. And see, that's why the lights out situation over in the Zoom, they turn all the lights off and they give like the little rinky-dink flashlight you're walking around with. Now the flashlight's supposed to be really lightly dim, so you can't really see much. So I wonder how long that's gonna last before somebody ruins it, before someone steals the flashlight, breaks the flashlight, does something stupid. You know, like I said, we live in a day and age where people go on social media and do reactions. You do reaction videos to go viral. Look what I can do in this maze. Look what happened in the maze. You know how many people are gonna fights break out because it's supposed to be really dark. You can bump into somebody accidentally. Somebody gets mad, and who knows what's gonna happen. Like they used to have guns in that maze for Bloodlines, but they had to take the guns out mid-season because people were being stupid. People were hitting monsters, hitting each other, doing challenges, breaking the guns, trying to steal the guns. So it's just kind of like, come on. So now they have flashlights. Before social media, you wouldn't have to worry about this. But now social media's in play, people are going to try to do a reaction. And thanks for likes, I appreciate it. So people are going to do reactions. People are going to bend the rules as much as they can for social media. Everybody wants to go viral. Everybody wants to be that TikTok famous. So everyone's going to do everything they can to be stupid. Like at Terrifier, I wonder what's going to happen. I guarantee that people are not going to wear the plastic thing over them just so they can make a video and go viral and tell everybody, this is how wet you're going to get going in this maze. And they're going to make a video of it. I guarantee it. And that video is going to go viral. The first person to post that video is going to go viral. This is how wet you get without wearing a plastic thing over you on the Maze Terrifier. And then everybody's going to go on copycat. Everyone's going to do the same thing and try to get that same thing. But whoever does that video first is going to go viral. I guarantee. Mark my word. If you guys watch these videos, you're going to be like, well, look, this guy has 40 million views. Because he just showed everybody how wet you're going to get from Terrifier and not wear a plastic covering. Now, the thing is, too, which is fucked up. Universal is doing this. If you don't want to get wet, they are not giving you a poncho. They're not giving you ponchos. You have to pay $10 for a poncho. So not only do you're going to go in this maze and get soaked, if you don't want to get soaked, you have to spend $10 to buy a poncho to not get soaked. So they're making their money. They're doubling down on the money there. Because they're so respectful. That's true. That is so true. Yeah, see, as I'm saying, people are going to steal the flashlights, break them, people are going to fight. And then when that happens, within 2 or 3 weeks, they're going to get rid of lights out. Lights out will go away. And then that maze will just be just a maze with the lights on because of people being stupid. That's what's going to happen. If that does occur, and it happens quite a few, lights out's going to go away. The same thing happened with Bloodlines. The guns were there, and then by midway through Not Scary Farm, they pulled the guns out because people were being stupid. People were smacking the monsters. People didn't want to go out there. I don't want to go out there. I'm getting smacked. Right? People have black eyes, bums, broken noses, teeth knocked off. So people didn't want to go out there. So they took the guns out. And they make the maze boring, and people stopped going in that maze. And so that's why the maze was always empty. Once the guns left, the maze got boring and nobody wanted it. And that's what's going to happen with, I hope not, with the zoo. I actually hope it doesn't happen. I hope I'm wrong about everything. I hope the zoo is going to be like one of those like really top-notch, like fucking awesome mazes you go through. But like I said, I have a feeling that the zoo was a last-minute thing. It wasn't supposed to be there. Or it's going to be the biggest fucking troll ever. And they're going to throw everything off, and people are going to be more excited what's supposed to be there. Because that maze, like I said, the zoo maze, there's still tons of shit in front of that maze. Like, they're not putting it on there. It's just sitting there. So why? Why is that shit sitting there? I don't make any sense. But it's going to be interesting. But you guys let me know down below in the comments what your guys' thoughts are, what you guys think. Wow, I'm going to be an hour? I didn't have that much to talk about. But I did want to come on here and give you guys my full review at Nightmares Revealed. Was it worth $35? Yes. It wasn't that expensive. I got to try one of the drinks. It was too hot to try any food. I was like, it was really hot. I think that the whole stage show start off with the new mazes and then give us everything else that's returning. Like, we don't want to know what's returning. We already know what's returning. There's no new shows announced. So kick it off, 2 new mazes, and say Eric Johnson's coming back, blah blah blah, and then end it. It's only a 2-hour event. I think it was almost like an hour. So now you're down to 2 hours to go out and do everything. So at least add another hour, add more monsters. There are less monsters this year than there was last year. Move that big stage in the theater. You have a theater with seating, and it seats a lot of people, and it would have been nice and cool in there, and it would have been much more better experience. You get this one makeup show. You got to go in the room to go see the uniforms. You got to talk to the creators. I did like the photo ops. You had the Stabby photo op. You had the Zoo photo op, which the characters for the Zoo, they look like goons from Arkham Asylum. You had the conductor. I'm just calling him the Undertaker. He gets mad when I call him the wrong name. You had the conductor photo op, and then you had the Bloody Mary photo op. So there are 4 photo ops that were there, actually pretty cool. What's going on, Chris? How's everything with you? Good, man. Just going on here, man. Just, doing some stuff. So, get my rundown of Nightmares Revealed. Trying to give everybody my honest opinion, because everybody keeps asking, do a full review. So instead of doing a vlog, I just come on here, do a quick review of what I thought Nightmares Revealed. Now, Legacy Star also had a 45-minute wait. So as soon as the show ended for Nightmares Revealed, everybody ran to the store. See, I knew the store was going to be open the next day, so I didn't even touch the store. It was a 45-minute wait. It was a 45-minute wait for the walkthrough of Grimoire, which is pretty cool. You get to see Grimoire with the lights on. You got to see a lot of details that I never noticed. I've been in that maze every year, and I never noticed a lot of details in Grimoire. So it was pretty cool to see it with the lights on. And you see all the knickknacks they have there. So you understand what's being broken, what people are doing in that maze. Thanks for likes. I appreciate it. So it kind of, you understand why it's cost effective to get rid of that maze, because all the stuff that you have with the lights on. So it makes more sense. But it was cool to walk through Grimoire. We waited until the last hour. We went to go try a drink, went to do some stuff, and then we went back to Grimoire, and it's like 5-minute wait time. So we waited. We didn't do the Legacy Store, like I said. It was a 45-minute wait time. You only had 2 hours left. Waiting for that, you left with like an hour and 15 minutes. So instead, we did the fog, we did the photo ops, we had a drink, and then we went back to Grimoire, and it was a 5-minute walkthrough. So we did that, and then we met up with our friends. We did some more walking through interactions with monsters, and that was it. There wasn't really much to do, but I think they should give at least another hour. So because you had to choose and pick what I want to go do, and then the Barbarian Brothers were having their own little, I don't know, some talk show thingy about talking about ghost stories from cast members past and stuff like that. So we didn't go and stand for that. We didn't go watch that. Let's see how Not Scary goes this year. I hope it's good. Like I said, I went the next day to Legacy Store, no wait time. Walked in, empty. I went live in there for like almost 2 hours. I showed off everything and did all the prices. So if I would have went that night, it would have been packed. Everybody would have been there loud. Everyone's trying to get their shot, their pictures. But I went the next morning, and it opened up at 11 o'clock, I think it was, when the park opened up. So I did my thing. I went in there. I did a video for YouTube, which you guys can see on YouTube. And I was live in there on TikTok for 2 hours. So it's really cool stuff. The merch is really cool. It looks nice. Now, the merch this year for Skyfarm looks more kid-friendly. It doesn't seem like scary and bloody. It looks more like this is for kids. Like they're competing with Disney, because Disney has a lot of fucking cool stuff for Halloween. I ain't gonna lie. Disney, they have a lot of cool stuff. Skyfarm has some really cool things too. They do. I'm not dissing them, but a lot of it looks AI generated. So HHN came out with more merch, and their merch looks pretty badass. So there's a lot of stuff going on. We just haven't seen Fright Fest yet. We haven't seen the Long Beach yet. Castle Dark yet. I got hiccups. The zoo would have been better as a scare zone. Yes, I believe so. They could have put that where that lake is. That would have been a better scare zone. But I don't know. Like I said, I think the zoo was a last minute maze. Thanks for likes. I appreciate it. I don't think it was supposed to be what it's supposed to be right now. I think it was supposed to be something totally different. Adventures with David. What's cracking, yo? So if you guys want to see a lot of the foods, go check out David's video. He got invited to media, and he tried a lot of the foods. So If you guys want to see the foods, check out his video. He did. He tried a lot. I only tried one drink, which is really good. The drink was actually really good. I did see the Twinkies. I did see the funnel cake, but it was too hot. I wasn't hungry. A friend of mine, Wicked, had the bison burger. He said it was good, but I wasn't hungry. Like I said, it was really, really hot. Universal will be sick. Yeah, Universal Studio has a lot of good stuff. They have a lot of good merch. So no, I did cut out because somebody was calling me. That's one thing about YouTube is everything cuts out when a phone call comes in. I don't know why. I don't get that on TikTok. I don't get that on Instagram. I don't get that on Twitch. But on YouTube, for some reason, the audio, it just freezes for like a split second. So I apologize. Um, but I think Friends for Freddy is going to have the longest wait time. If you go to HHN, that's the maze you want to hit first. That's the go-to maze. Because I feel that as soon as the park opens, Friends for Freddy's going to have a 100-minute wait time. That's just my theory. I guarantee it, though. So it's going to be the longest line. And people are going to wait 2-3 hours just to get in that if you don't have Fast Pass. But I think that's going to be the big hit this year. Because people have been waiting for that. Imagine walking in into the game that gave you jump scares. Everyone's been waiting for this maze for a very long time. I want to go on it. So I think that one's going to be the one that's going to be long. And if you don't hit it in the beginning, when you come back at midnight or later on in the night, the line is going to be 3-hour wait time, 4-hour wait time. 400 minutes, Terrifier House for NAF, 100 wise. You think Terrifier is be 400 minutes? Do you think so? David, I'll sign everybody. I guarantee, I'm calling it right now. It's the obvious. It's totally the obvious. But the first person to upload the video walking through Terrifier with no poncho is going to make a video and say, this is how wet you get. No poncho and Terrifier is going to go viral. I guarantee it. Whoever posts that video first is going to go viral. They're going to show you exactly how wet you get in Terrifier with no poncho. That's instant viral. Instant viral. I guarantee it. Literally, that's going to be, yeah, it's going to go mega viral. Whoever posts that video first. I'm not too sure if I'm going to take that challenge and post that video, but whoever does it is going to go viral. When I say viral is when you're done with the ride, you go stand in the corner and you post that shit right there. You post it right there before everybody else. And I guarantee it's going to be viral. I guarantee. Because people want to see exactly how wet. Just like the first person who posts the video of taking the chicken route and what you see is going to go viral. But once again, as soon as you're done with that, you got to go in the corner, load it up. Boom. I'm not sure how fast the internet is at Universal Studios, but you post that shit right away. And I guarantee that's going to be the next viral video. When are you going to do another live with Chistan's in LA? That's an excellent question. I don't know. He's a busy guy. So he usually does on Fridays. I was hoping to do one to talk about Nightmares Revealed. I'm talking about all the new stuff, the AI generated stuff at Knott's Berry Farm. And it's like I was telling David, I was telling everybody else, is that all the people that Knott's invited for media who are not Knott's Berry Farm all called out Scary Farm merch being AI. I talked to people at Disney. I've seen people at Universal City Walk for HHN, and they all said Knott's has AI generated merch. All the people they invited for AI, for the media, who are not Knott's people, which is kind of funny. It's like, you're just invited, but here you are saying, how come you didn't say that in your fucking video when you went? But here you are over here at Disney or at Universal Studios. Now you're calling it AI, but when you're there at the media event, you didn't say it was AI. You said it's the best thing ever. So, but with that, guys, I'm going to end my live stream. I'm going to go live on Twitch, Ringo Gaming. It's 1:20. It's nice and cool right now, so I'm going to take advantage of this weather. It's like cloudy out here, so The breeze is coming through, so it's nice and cool. But I know once these clouds go away, it's gonna be hot as fuck. So, but thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I know everybody kept asking me for a review, Nightmares Revealed. So I've been talking for the past hour here, and if you guys have any questions, always leave them down below in the comments. Thank you for the likes here. I appreciate it. And I don't know. Hopefully, we do another group chat with Chastain's, Wicked, David, SoCal Tall Guy, or Dalen. So hopefully, we get everybody in here and start talking again. So if I learn how to do it, I'll be doing a lot of it. I have the computers. The computer's right there. I'm just waiting for my other monitor to come in. I'm getting, so I'll be doing a lot more live streaming on the computer than rather on my phone. But you guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed my experience at Nightmares. And like I said, any comments, feel free. I have a lot of videos coming up. I'm behind on tons and tons of videos. So I have over 80 shorts to post still. So that's like 5 shorts every day for 2 weeks, not including what I'm going to be capturing this week. And I have like 7 vlogs to post all the way back from March. So that's how far behind I am. So you're going to be seeing a lot of old shit. So if you guys say, well, this is like back in like April and May, I know, because I'm behind. I'm literally behind on content. But I love your faces. You guys are awesome. I'll see you guys later. And thanks for watching. And I appreciate you guys.